So all you need to do, class, is familiarize this, or if you can, memorize nyo. Next, ito yung budgeted raw materials purchase in units pa lang, class, ha. I-multiply mo na ngayon kung magkano yung cost ng per unit. So makukuha mo na yun yung budgeted raw materials purchase in pesos. So direct labor budget naman tayo. So this is the formula. But before that, what is direct labor budget? So syempre, from the word labor, pasweldo sa tao. So 'di ba? Syempre, kapag yung production or yung kumpanya gumagawa ng units or products, may mga tao 'yan. So kailangan mo sa mga kumpanya, kailangan din nilang i-estimate kung magkano yung pasweldo nila sa tao. So this is the formula. Budgeted direct labor hours. So ilang oras ba ginagawa ang isang product? Let's say for example, sabon. Sa isang bar ng sa isang, or let's say for example na lang, iba na lang. Let's say for example, butter. Sa isang bar ng butter, ilang oras siya ginagawa? So, ito yon. Naintindihan? Ngayon, direct labor rate per hour. Magkano ba pasweldo sa tao per oras? So, makukuha mo na yun yung budgeted direct labor cost. So, magkano yung total na pasweldo mo sa isang tao? Next, factory overhead budget. So, ano itong factory overhead budget? So, sa paggawa kasi class ng isang products, 'di ba, ang kailangan mo diyan is raw materials. Next, labor, pasweldo sa tao. And at the same time, factory overhead. Itong mga factory overhead, dito na pumapasok yung mga kuryente, tubig, so any other expenses na hindi mafo-fall sa direct materials and at the same time, labor. 'Di ba? Let's say for example, sa mga manufacturing na company, ano ba yung mga manufacturing company dito sa atin? Gensan, Gentuna. So, 'di ba gumagawa sila ng mga canned goods. So, kapag sa canned goods kasi, ano ba yung mga raw materials na ginagamit? Unang-una, tuna, 'di ba? So yung tuna, that is your raw materials. Next is yung lata. So raw materials mo din 'yon. And then yung labor, so syempre sinong gagawa ng product mo kung wala kang tao? So direct labor mo 'yon. And next, factory overhead, syempre, 'di ba? Since may mga makina na gumagana, so nangangailangan din 'yun ng mga kumbaga gasolina, kumakain din 'yun ng kuryente. So syempre, babayaran mo yung kuryente, bibili ka ng gasolina or di kaya maintenance ng mga makinarias mo. So sa factory overhead siya mapupunta. So factory overhead consists of fixed and variable. So factory overhead, yung fixed class is just like for example, renta, o di kaya bayad sa tubig, o di kaya bayad sa kuryente. So, ito yung mga fix. Hindi, ibig sabihin, hindi nagbabago yung cost. Hindi nagbabago yung cost. Gaya ng tubig. Di ba yung tubig is naka-bracket naman yan. Depende dun sa usage mo. O di kaya depende dun sa subscription usage mo ng tubig. Next is, fixed overhead is constant in total. And fixed overhead rate is computed based on the normal capacity. Total variable cost change while unit variable cost is constant. So, maiintindihan nyo later on. Ito yung format. Budgeted variable overhead. So, ito yung formula to get the budgeted variable overhead. Budgeted production times standard variable overhead rate per unit. Next, budgeted fixed overhead. So, ito yung formula. Normal capacity times standard fixed overhead rate per unit. So, i-add mo itong dalawa. That will be your budgeted total overhead. So, i-add mo lang itong dalawa. Next, budgeting models. So, ano ba yung mga tawag dun sa mga budgeting models ng mga kumpanya? First is flexible budgeting. Ano itong flexible budgeting? Separate cost as to either variable or fixed. In this model, budgeted costs are determined in any level of business activity. So, sample problem. So, para mas maintindihan nyo, Mindanao Corporation has a direct materials cost of 10 pesos, unit direct labor cost of 5 pesos, unit variable overhead cost of 4 pesos, factory rent paid of 200,000, factory depreciation of 400,000, and miscellaneous fixed overhead of 100,000. The company's normal capacity, which is also its maximum capacity, is 20,000. The budgeted costs at 70%, 80%, and 90%, and 100% capacity are as follows. So, take note class, si Mindanao Corporation daw, ang requirements, ito yung mga gastos niya para paggawa ng isang unit ng product niya. 10 pesos na direct materials, 5 pesos na labor, at saka yung overhead na 4 pesos per unit. And then, ito class yung computation. Ito na yung computation. So, capacity utilization rate. 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%. So, ibig sabihin ng capacity utilization kasi class is, ito lang yung kaya ng, what if ito lang yung kaya ng kumpanya, 70% lang. Next, what if 80% lang yung kaya ng kumpanya, o di kaya 90%, o di kaya maximum 100% yung kaya ng kumpanya. So, level of activity of capacity in units, 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, and 20,000. So, ito class, hindi ito given sa problem. Kinumpute lang ito by way of 70% i-multiply nyo sa 20,000. 80% i-multiply nyo sa 20,000, that's 16,000. Or di kaya 90% times 20,000, so that is 18,000. So, ito class, meaning ng mga 70%, what if 70% lang yung capacity ng kumpanya? So, ito na yon. Direct materials. So, direct materials, sa paggawa daw ng isang unit, kailangan mo ng materials na 10 pesos. Sa labor naman, 5 pesos. Variable overhead, 4 pesos. So, your total variable cost per unit, that will be 19 pesos. So, ito na class, i-multiply nyo na lang. 14,000 units times 10. So, that will be 140,000. 14,000 units times 5, that's 70,000. Next, 14,000 units times 4 pesos, that's 56,000. So, all in all, i-add nyo itong tatlo, 140, 70, and 56,000, that will be 266,000. Ganon din dito sa kabila, sa 80% na capacity. 16,000, i-times nyo sa 10 pesos, naging 160,000. 16,000 units times 5 pesos, that will be 80,000. 16,000 units times 4, that's 64,000. Idagdag mo itong tatlo, 160, 80, and 64, magiging 304,000. And so on. So, ganun din yung process ng 90% and 100%. So, ito na class, nakuha mo na yung magkano ngayon yung production cost ng kumpanya. So, Rent, this is the rent, 200,000. Depreciation and miscellaneous. So, 266,000 plus 200 plus 400 plus 100,000, that's 966,000. And so on. So, the same process lang. Next tayo. So, fixed or static budget. Another budgeting models is fixed or static budget. It does not segregate costs into fixed and variable components. Costs are estimated only at a single level of activity. Next is continuous or rolling budgeting. Maintains a particular time frame or period covered in budgeting. 12 or say 12 months. Zero-based budgeting does not consider the past performance in anticipating the future. Life cycle budgeting intends to account all costs incurred in the stages of the value chain, from research and development to design, production, marketing, distribution up to customer services. Activity-based budgeting naman is applied when the activity-based costing is used. It breaks down processes into activities and permits the identification of value-adding activities and their cost drivers. Kaizen, continuous improvement. Budgeting assumes the continuous improvement of products or processes by way of small innovations rather than major changes. Itong Kaizen class, ito yung ginagamit ng Toyota Motor Corporation. So, let's say for example, magtrabaho kayo sunod. So, ang kailangan nyo pag-aralan, makapagtrabaho kayo sa Toyota. So, yung kailangan nyo is matutunan yung Kaizen. Matagal lang ito yung gamit ng Toyota. Even sa Japan at saka dito sa Pilipinas, Kaizen talaga yung ginagamit. Even Toyota here in Coronadal or Toyota in General Santos City, Kaizen yung kanilang gamit in making a budget. And lastly, syempre hindi mawawala yung government budgeting. It is not only a financial plan, so hindi lang financial plan but also an expression of public policy in a form of control having the force of law. So sa government budgeting class, hindi ka kasi pwede maggawa-gawa lang ng budget. So yung dapat yung gawin mong budget is nakadepende dun sa batas. A government budget is a legal document which must be complied with by a government agency head. So, next class, dito na tayo sa master budget. Let's discuss master budget. So, let's discuss master budget schedules. So, sample problem number 3. Budgeted sales and estimated collection from customers. So, dito, sa master budget, di ba, as I told you kanina, yung master budget is always nag-start sa budgeted sales. Here, si Charmaine Corporation made the following projections on its sales in the coming year 2021. So, itong corporation daw class is nagpo-project or di kaya nagpo-forecast ng kanyang sales pagdating ng sunod na taon. So, 2020 ngayon. So, ngayon pa lang, tinitingnan na nila kung ilan yung dapat magiging sales nila for the next year. Ito yung projected units sold. This is the kind of the economy. Good ba yung economy? Maganda ba yung negosyo? O di kaya tamang-tama lang? O di kaya pangit yung takbo ng economy? So, gaya di ba dati before COVID, maganda pa yung negosyo. 'Di ba? Pero nung dumating na yung COVID, okay pa. Nagka-lockdown, pangit na. So, yan yung sinasabi dito sa economy. So, ito yung projected unit sold nila. Ito yung magiging benta daw nila for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Probability.